Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You fucking mark!
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
That's right, it's 2 p.m. on a Saturday, which means you get the wrestling experts without Reezy, apparently. Where did Reezy go?
He got so excited, he lost his feed.
Yep, is he here? Here he is. Reezy's back with us.
Right. I'm here.
The four horsemen of the
Four
podcast.
horsemen.
Yeah.
I like that.
Horsemen with the W in the front.
Horsemen.
Yes.
Four pillars.
Welcome to everybody out there. Pro Wrestling Expert Panel every Saturday, 2 p.m. We're going to be adding people to this. We're going to get a fifth guy. I tried a little bit of booking, but we're working on future events. You know, me, Reezy, I know is out here working on things. So we're stirring it up in the booking land. Top bookers. We're going to overtake HB, Nose Hairs, Triple H any day now. But
Any day.
So much to talk about here. I mean, let's just start with the WWE Netflix headquarters stuff, because to me it felt like a whole content house. A bunch of their wrestlers were there, they're superstars, and they were running around looking for stuff to do in between having lunch and taking photos and things. Did any of you guys witness this? Maybe even saw, you know, before YouTube took it down, my whole review on that? No, Danny says no.
No, I missed that.
Fuck that. He doesn't care. The Sleaze, did you see any of that?
Yeah, I actually watched the whole thing. It's all right. I mean, there was
Yeah.
nothing special about it. It just proved that Rhea Ripley needs an acting coach because she is horrible. Just horrible. This whole like whipping the friggin' mic around bullshit, like la-di-da, is cringy.
Yeah. I see you're still not a fan of Rhea Ripley. Sorry, kids. You know me. I'm not a big fan either. Hello to
I
Philly.
love.
What's up,
You
Breezy?
do.
You love her?
I said I love me some Rhea Ripley. I love me some mommy.
Well, there you have it, folks. Rhea Ripley over with King Reezy. Well, you, Danny, are we split here?
Yeah, she's got loads of potential, but my concern is that she gets pushed too hard until, before she learns everything she can, and then she just caps herself and she can't learn anymore. You do see it happen. People just telling you you're amazing before you've actually got all of your chops in.
Yeah.
But there's plenty for her.
Yep. The kids
Oh,
love
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah,
Vampiro
definitely.
makeup.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not disputing that. She's well bloody over.
Yep.
But
Nose
you
rings.
you can push people before they're properly ready, or completely.
I mean, pretty soon she's just going to be covered head to toe in tattoos. She's going to look like that lizard guy. Maybe she'll start splitting her tongue and stuff.
Yeah, growing horns.
Yep. And she'll actually become Lucha Mommy or Mommy Saurus.
Oh, God.
With that mask. Anyway, who cares about this mommy? She's not moving the needle for us. So let's talk about, except King Reezy, but let's talk about Kevin Owens, because I think that's like the main story of the week, really. And he was at the content headquarters the other day, and he's running around putting his picture over Cody Rhodes' face, in the championship alleyway or whatever they have there, this display, and then showing the gold eagle belt to everybody everywhere he goes. He thinks in his head he's the champion now. I like this version of Kevin Owens. I'm still trying to put over Karen Owens. Everybody out there, it's Karen Owens now. He's gone full Karen. What was his quote the other day? I wrote it down because it was hilarious to me. He screamed, "You don't want me to snap." And that's exactly what Karens say when they're like at Starbucks and stuff, and they're throwing chairs.
Of course.
Kevin Owens, you're still fat. I thought you were skinny the other day. Sorry about that. My mistake.
It's such
Nope.
fat.
There it is. Because he was doing that some kind of TikTok promo deal, and he looked super slender, but he was doing that trick that the girls do where he was shooting himself overhead, and you're not fooling this guy. I know that work.
No, he's still fat.
Yep.
He's fat. You can't hide it.
That was a good theory by Danny, though, recently, that he's wearing a what was it, a fake pregnancy?
One of the pregnancy bellies. Just he's actually got healthier as he's got a little bit older now since his Ring of Honor days. So he's watching his weight, but he knows that's part of his gimmick to have that pot belly. So he just wears the fake prosthetic pot belly.
Yeah,
that would be so great if that fell out during a match.
And he's shredded, absolutely shredded, like Orton or something.
Looks like Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Still with a big old head, though, right? So we'll leave him with that. Yep. Too much Ripley. That's what Philly Sports Pride says as well.
Oh,
Too much.
4 against 1 now, Reezy. What do you think about that? Take that. Yep.
See how they all gang up on.
You're on the outside now.
How about Omega's return? We'll just totally switch gears, go over to the other AEW here, that promotion. But he's supposedly coming back, and guess who doesn't care? Dr. Huge doesn't care, because I can't stand Kenny Omega.
No. Horrible.
He was good in Sissy Slap Fight, though.
Oh, God.
He was good in that. Anybody, Breezy, you don't like
What's
Omega
up, man?
either, right? I think we're all in agreement that he's cringe.
He's always been cringe. Like, for people to sit there and put him in the same vein as, like, top wrestlers of all time is totally disgusting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't get it.
No, he's not that fat.
No.
PH fat, I guess, for the kids.
PH. They don't even know what that is.
Yeah, so I mean, there's some. I literally turned AEW when they played his package, right? That's what the experts call him. Yeah, so they played a Kenny Omega. Oh, he's like returning, whatnot. I turned the channel. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, who cares?
So see you later. Get off my screen, Kenny Omega, sissy slap fight.
Is he going to bring any viewers back? 'Cause, I mean, I know they've lost the few.
Oh, he should, because he's the greatest of all time. I mean,
Yeah, at one point they were upset they weren't getting 1 million every week, and then it was like 800,000, and now it's creeping down further and further down. And I don't know if Omega's going to bring all those people. I say all, but those people back. No, you don't think so?
no.
No, he stinks.
He's not a draw like that.
He does, but people still like him.
They
A lot
do,
of the
but
people
it's-
that watch that shit love him, love all of his shit.
All right,
And I
play
completely
devil's
agree with
advocate.
you. It's
Why
I
do
think he's
people like
shite,
him?
But
Because I can't really do it. You know, who play devil's advocate and tell me why do people like Kenny Omega?
Because
What is this?
he shoots like
yeah,
this.
he does all this.
He
He
does
point
this.
slots. He does all the
Right.
flips when it's told to do the flips.
Yep.
He's anti, because he didn't end up going to WWE. He's like their fucking poster boy for anti Vince and anti now Triple H.
Right.
Even though I don't think he'd actually rule it out completely, but we'll see. For now, he's the poster boy of like, oh, he should have gone to WWE. He's that good, but he chose not to, or however they're repainting it now. But yeah, a lot of people like him because he hasn't been there, so they'll just love him for that, at least.
Being anti Triple H is what's worst for business at this point. That's silly. I mean, he's killing it right now. HP Nose Hairs out here destroying it in NXT. They need to do that. NXT is beating your numbers, guys. And I know Dave Meltzer is out here fighting with Bischoff and just like I said, I hadn't followed him the other day. He started posting like crazy and he became my whole timeline. I said, enough of this. Get out of my life, Dave Meltzer.
I was actually going to take notes on a lot of his shit this week, and then I'm like, it's not worth it.
Me too. I had the same thought. I'm like, there's just too much. I get what he's doing. He's bringing people to what he's doing and, you know, trying to get attention, but it's go away heat with me right now because don't try to get my attention like that. What are you, McDonald's? Fuck out of my face. Yep. Sasha Rain's in the house. Way too much Ripley. Philly Sports Pride. Let Omega go back to wrestling dolls. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Steiner won't leave. Get out of my room, Steiner. Jeez. Yeah, I want Shotzi Blackheart here. Botchheart.
Botchheart.
Yep.
What you mean, way too much?
Should we get Shotzi and everybody playing with their action figures this week? Or was it last week? I don't know. It's too much wrestling. But I invited myself to join them. They haven't gotten back to me yet. Maybe it's because I'm a boy. You know, maybe it's because they don't like my Hulk Hogan's here.
Yeah. Boys aren't allowed in the clubhouse.
Boys. So get back to me. You wouldn't want to be racist, right? Don't make me threaten you again with racist stuff. All right, so that story is over with. Until next week, we'll revisit that and make sure that they get back in contact at DrHUGEshow on X, Twitter. Yep, thank you. R.I.P. Rey Mysterio Sr.
Yeah.
Let's do it properly. Let's give it a proper one.
Rest in peace.
Anybody familiar with his wrestling work? I am not.
No, not at all.
Nope.
No, I was too young.
Yep. He's Rey Mysterio Sr., but he's Rey Mysterio's uncle.
Yeah, that confused the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's how that works. I'm going to have to tell Uncle Old School that like over and over and over again. You'll be like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
We're going to bring him on.
Again, yeah, I know. Again, I always have to be like, yes, Bo Dallas. That's Bo Dallas, and he's Bray Wyatt's brother. What? I'm
What?
like, it's every time. What? Really? Or the Usos? It's like how can you not tell that they're family? They
The
talk
Rock's
about it all the
sons.
time.
Oh, sorry, Rikishi's.
Yeah. I'm like, they're literally all family. What?
What?
Really? All those guys are related? Yeah.
You got to bring up that family tree they had during WrestleMania and show them.
Nope, goes right over Uncle Old School's head. He's like, wow, he's like, every week, and then I'll tell him next week, and it'll be like brand new. What? That's crazy.
He still thinks it's real. That's
Oh yeah.
funny.
Well, I love how all the time. This is one of his major things. He asks me about, right? A wrestling expert, and he's always like, is he really injured? And so sometimes somebody will get dumped right on their head like Big E. Is he really injured? Yes.
Yes.
Did you see the guy's knee or leg twist around backwards? Yep, that was real. You know? Well, then there will be ones that are total works, and it's like, you think that is he really hurt? No. So, I would love to be in that state of watching wrestling still, because he's like an old school wrestling guy where it was always real. You know what I mean? And of course, he's never been connected to the internet. He doesn't know what dirt sheets are or anything like that, but he watches this stuff religiously. And who knows? Maybe it's real. Maybe it's not. He's still in that, in that universe.
That's why I think progressively the show will get better because we're getting older and like dementia is going to kick in. And that's going to be fantastic.
It's already kicking in for me.
Yeah, me too.
I'm calling people Sean Combs out here in wrestling, and I'm just sticking with their original names. Like we'll be talking about Sasha Banks. Let's talk about Sasha Banks right now. Dean Ambrose. I'm not switching names. They switch names every week, these wrestlers now. I'm not going back and forth with you. So when Zack Ryder gets signed by WWE, and if he ever came back as Zack Ryder, that would be, what?
It's the shits.
That would be the shits.
I'm still calling Christian,
Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, we all do. I don't think anybody says, hey, Christian Cage.
No, I don't know that person.
Right.
I know the other Cage guy. There's too many Cages, too many Jadas, too many Brawns.
Yeah.
Fucking stop with that. There's more names.
That's another one. Page. Adam Page.
More Brawns.
No, yeah, 3 different pages. Ethan Page, Hangman Page, Leaks Page. Leaking all the time, this page. All right, let me find this video. We're going to watch Sasha Banks annoy us.
Oh, God, I hate this.
So, it will explain itself.
I saw someone say, downgrade has to be studied. Bitch, I am richer than I've ever fucking been, putting on the greatest matches that I've ever had. So should you
First thing I thought when I just heard that, I'm like, this is LeBron James. Essentially what LeBron James says, that's what Kevin Durant says. All them asshole, narcissist basketball players, when they're questioned, when they're critiqued or whatever, they go, well, I got more money.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm living my dream, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And it's, it's like, that's not really the point. But I understand that she's frustrated with people saying, oh, you downgraded and all this. Like, it's literally trolling. But the other thing that annoys me about a lot of these celebrity athlete pro wrestler types, they tend to only answer to negativity.
Right.
So if people catch on to this, then they troll you harder, trying to get you to respond. And then it becomes that whole childish game of that. But let's finish this, because apparently she's going to go on and keep bitching.
I hate stupid people. I hate stupid people. I'm living my best life. The greatest life ever. It's an upgrade, baby. Because I went forward and I didn't go back. It's the best feeling ever to be rich in spirit, rich in your bank account, and just rich in life. It's the best.
It's the best. Guys.
Just keep saying it maybe 30 or 40 more times, love, and maybe you'll believe it. Maybe you'll actually believe it.
Yep. I'm sorry to clown somebody from my city, But I did it to Xavier Woods recently too. But he also came out and told everybody their sneakers were the shits in Boston and lived to tell the tale.
Right.
Yeah. But Sasha Banks, don't go LeBron on us. I know that you're doing like a gimmick kind of here and everything, and you are annoyed. But it feels like a mega cope.
Yeah. I don't think she knows where the gimmick stops and it starts now. She's just...
No, she's delusional.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Totally delusional.
She's still got that blah, blah, like every time she talks, and it's nauseating.
The Valley Girl.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, Sasha. Change your name back because I don't know who Monet is. Mercedes Monet sounds like a style of vehicle.
Yeah.
Well, you just won a Mercedes Monet. Yeah. Thank you, Sasha.
I'm gonna drive it.
I can't even do these. I can't do impressions anymore for some reason. It's always just me. So like, oh my God. Like, oh, this is my Sasha Banks. Oh my God. Like, you guys, I have so much like money. She never says like, but I like to throw that in because it should fit. She does more. Hold on. Let's hear what was this word she would put in? See, stupid PayPal. I just have to practice. Stupid PayPal.
Stupid PayPal.
Yeah, we'll get it down, and then I'll bring out the Sasha Banks purple hair. I look just like her. We'll get it done. It's gonna look fantastic, sound great, and people are upset with. Stop it! Get out of my life! I didn't even mean to do that. So, Tessa Blanchard's coming back. We talked about this, I believe, last week, but we must talk about it again because there is news that people are a little iffy on it in the locker rooms. And it reminds me of a story I did the other night about this porn star that's in the wrestling business now somehow, probably in some promotion out here. But she's saying she's catching a lot of flack for her job. I guess she's still a porn star. They say she switched over to wrestling, but she's doing both. Because why not, right? You're essentially wrestling in your other job. You must be good.
Do as much damage to your body as you possibly can.
From all over.
Head to toe and inside.
And in between.
But I was just, when I'm reading a lot of these articles lately, I'm thinking, you know how bad the pro wrestling politics are. It's just, it's brutal. Like, I'm sure people are backstabbing each other, cheating on each other, do all kinds of weirdness going on. And we've seen this throughout the years. So it must be so bad now that like a ton of women are getting involved and how catty they can be. They're all striving for the same spots. I mean, when we're talking about WWE, they're so professional at this point. It's almost like it seems like they've gotten that out of the business because you don't hear a peep out of anybody having problems with anybody or staff or anything, except for like the higher ups that are like getting sexual allegations and all. They're not being professional. Essentially, that's what that story is too. This guy wasn't being professional around people that, want people to be. There's certain people that you can go to work with and you can still be yourself. But a lot of people, they don't want that. They want you to act. You got to be professional, stay in your lane and all this. No jokes, no, hey, your ass looks good or whatever. They don't like that. Quit it. Or you lose your job like that guy did.
Well, WWE does a good job of like stifling their social media too, where these other companies just let Sasha Banks go and tell fans to fuck off and all that stuff. They have no grip on it.
Yeah. And that's honestly one of the best parts about AEW really is all the backstage drama. And they should lean into it more, but not the way they have when you have the Young Bucks coming out celebrating that CM Punk left or, things like that. That's more troll behavior. It's not funny, really.
It's unprofessional. That's what it is. If you're a company.
Yeah. So Tessa Blanchard, she's going to be getting heat, I'm sure, forever. The porn chick, of course she is.
Sorry. Is the porn chick? Is it an independent promotion she's with?
It's gotta be.
Because what
Who?
you see,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. No, wouldn't most of the girl? Not actually, that's wrong. Maybe not most of them, but wouldn't a lot of them all have either? Not if it's not an OnlyFans, they're going to have Instagram, or they're going to have TikTok, or they're going to have something where they're showing off parts of them or more of them, even if they're not getting undressed and they're dressing up cosplay style. They're still selling pictures and videos of themselves. So I know they're not getting naked or anything like that, but it's not that far. It's not massively far away, is it?
No, it's not.
I mean, I'm not
Absolutely
stupid. I understand that some are going to be like, I don't want to have like sex on camera or anything like that. But if you're taking something off and just selling pictures of yourself, have people really got that much of a leg to stand on? I mean, I'm not like a supporter of like, yeah, sex workers should be doing all of everything that people want them to be doing and just be like really transactional. But I just sure there's a bit of hypocrisy there, because a lot of lasses in the wrestling biz do just enjoy being in their underpants and the male attention they get from that. And again, I understand there's a difference between prancing around in your pants in the middle of a wrestling ring and hardcore pornography, but are they really getting at her? It just seems a bit. It just seems a bit.
I think
silly,
especially with the OnlyFans and like Paige's Patreon and all that shit. I think it's become such the norm that a lot of like females do that. That but we forget that it's still porn. You're still doing porn in a sense.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Without being rude.
Yeah. Yep. I think we're in agreement on that. What do you think about this, Reezy? Any thoughts?
I agree. No, I have no thoughts on that. I agree with it 100.
Yeah. So leave them alone. I mean, the promoters seems to be helping out this. I hate to call her the porn star chick, but I can't remember her name, and I didn't write it down here this time. So,
I mean, does she bring something to the promotion as
name
far
recognition, apparently.
promotion?
That would be the main thing. Like, hey, I've done this, and then people are. This is why I found a story on it and everything.
I've always said if it brings money,
exactly. Pro wrestling way, right there. It's all about the money.
All about the
Speaking
money.
Of, TNA talent are asked to be taking a pay cut. Do you know anything about this, Reezy? I know you keep up with TNA.
So that is false. So it just came out. That is false. What is happening is a lot of TNA contracts are up, and TNA are offering a lot of people lesser money than what their old contracts were, because they weren't using these guys. And you know what I mean? A lot of these people that they're offering this to, they weren't using like that. So they're just kind of like, we were paying you this, now your contracts that we're probably going to pay you less.
Yeah, sounds like radio. That's what radio guys do. Like they'll just lowball the shit out of you and go, yeah, you can leave then, and then we free up all that money.
Right.
Yeah,
it's a good business move if you're not moving, using people. Get rid of them.
Tony Khan can learn a thing or two from that.
Yeah.
He's got a whole half a roster he needs to release.
Free up that money.
Oh yeah.
And maybe, it has to be because WWE is sitting right here, and they're like, oh, they're going to take all of our guys. Guess what? They're not your guys right now, even though they're on your team. So how does that make any sense?
Yeah, right.
That's true.
A stupid mindset. It's so dumb.
It's bad business. Like it seems so obvious because you're just going to make people mad that it is pro wrestling and people will bounce around if the price is right. Like it's all about the money, but there are some people, especially with as big as WWE is and as many spots and shows, and they got a show for everything now. They can have a job doing anything over there, and AEW needs to start acting right and scale down, make people happy and want to be with you, other than the several Sasha Bankses that you're like giving your life away to, or a portion of it. So that's my take. But let's talk a little bit about SmackDown last night. I mean, it did happen. I did watch it. It wasn't a great episode. I think it might have been taped, like with last week's episode.
Yeah, I think they did a double taping last week.
So it wasn't like these major matches or anything. It was like Gargano, Alex Shelley, Nia Jax, Candice LeRae versus Bianca and Naomi. That was the main event. The best part of that is Nia got busted open, and then I call her now Peg Bundy Jr. That's Tiffany Stratton. She comes, shuffling down to the ring just like Peg Bundy, and things occurred, shit happened. I wasn't all that impressed by SmackDown in general, so I was kind of doing other stuff, and I kept looking at the screen and being like, yep, whatever. So they're just basically gearing up for the last Monday Night Raw and then the January 6th Netflix extravaganza that they're doing. But do you guys think that Naomi could be the one that attacked Jade Cargill?
I think that's what they're trying to suggest. They're trying to make us think, but it's probably going to be Bianca, just to swerve, because I just think Naomi's too obvious. Because she's come and stepped into the spot and been all humble and been like, oh yeah, I don't want the belt until I've actually won it properly. It's like, yeah, that would work, but I think that's just too obvious. That's just a banana peel for us to slip on. I think it's probably Bianca who's going to be like, oh, I've had enough.
It was the initial.
Yeah, you've come
Bianca.
in and just had this push, and I wanted my friend Naomi to come and do it instead because you didn't deserve it. She's been here a lot longer, and
yeah, that makes sense too. I didn't think about it that way, and then I thought it was Charlotte for a little bit because she's supposed to return, but she might just return to the Royal Rumble. But I think that would be a good swerved one where you think it's all anybody else backstage and it's none of them. It's just Charlotte Flair because she's just going to come in right away and I don't feel threatened by her or something. I don't know, because now she's like the marquee, type character that WWE has and is trying to put over. I don't know. There's something there, I think, but highly doubted, I guess. So, yeah, all this stuff happened. Peg Bundy Jr. We'll see you more. Maybe I'll find that red hair and put it on her in some of the thumbnails. We'll figure it out.
Fantastic.
Yeah. The Monster Clause was out last night. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Yep.
That was something.
I feel bad for Austin Theory. Anybody like him?
yeah,
The guy doesn't.
sorry, man, go on.
Go ahead, Reese.
Oh, somebody was talking? Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel bad for Austin Theory because it's not that the guy can't work. The guy can work, but it's just like they do nothing with him. It's like anytime he's out there, he's boring. Like I don't know if he needs a new gimmick or what it is, but like everything is wrong for him. He needs to go back to NXT. I think that would help him a lot.
Yeah,
And
he got the Vince
he also
thing.
rebrand himself too, because he's
Yeah.
been doing the same character since Vince was, shoving him down our throat. So
Yeah.
My egg. Yeah, with
Yeah,
Vince and his
yeah.
fucking egg, didn't we? But it's been stuck with that. And it's the same thing that happened to Drew McIntyre when Drew was the chosen one. He had this big push from Vince and then it just fizzled out. All right, this time with Theory, it was for different reasons why Vince lost interest because he's gone. But before it was with Drew, and Drew was getting bigger and bigger, and he looked like he was going to be a big thing at the time, and then he had to go. So maybe Theory needs repackaging. Maybe he needs to go to NXT or just leaving for a year or so.
Yeah, he feels like Karrion Kross to me like a year or two ago, where I know he could be a John Cena. He could be. That's his ceiling of potential, I believe. He's got the look, he's got the wrestling ability, he can talk on the mic, so he can pretty much do it all. It's the character. Yeah. What's in Austin Theory? Maybe get him back to carrying a cell phone around again, because apparently these things aren't going away anytime soon. These stupid cell phones, the social media bit, and maybe he can. Yeah, I don't know, but that even going back is probably not a great idea. So maybe they need something for him, because again, he's like Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross, people are starting to figure out that he's fucking awesome right now. So that's good. He's doing all this stuff. Maybe it's the social media stuff again. Karrion Kross does a ton of that on his own time. Austin Theory probably should work on a new character that may be completely different than just a guy that has abs, because we've seen that before too. Oh, look, I have abs. We get it. You're in shape. We have eyes. Okay. Now, entertain us without glistening abs, which is
He's got
pretty
that
interesting.
he's got that typical like bro gimmick where it's like,
Mhm.
all right, we get it. You know, you're a douchebag from like a frat.
Or
Yeah,
even just
so does Waller, though. That's the problem. I think they're both too similar. So you've just
Yeah.
got two of the same thing.
Yeah.
And when it was just Theory shined.
hmm
And when Waller was on NXT doing that bit, he shined because there was nobody else sort of like getting in the way of that. But now they've just put them together and
Yeah,
they've
ruined
just
it.
sort of diluted each other, I think, rather than amplifying each other.
It's true.
Exactly.
I would split them up and put them one on each show. There you go. You get the similar type character, but on both shows. Or like I
Right.
said, make Austin Theory more of a badass, because it looked like they tried to do that for a little bit, almost like a Triple H kind of like a year or two ago, right before he became or got the Money in the Bank, I believe it was. But he grew out a beard, did like a whole tough guy thing, and yeah, and then they got away from it because Vince was still around. But yep, use Austin Theory, guys. What the hell's going on? He's just a Jabrone Malone out here getting beat up by monster claws. Stinks.
No, and like you said, he's got so much damn potential. Like he's a total package wrestler. Where
He's
he
so
could,
young,
yeah, and he's young. You know what I
so
mean?
trainable. Yeah. Well, he knows so much already. It's impressive.
Right.
But
So just
it's
imagine like 5 years from now, he's going to be phenomenal if they do him right.
Yeah.
I could see him and Carmelo Hayes main eventing a WrestleMania in like 5 years. It's almost like
Yeah.
a guarantee.
Yeah.
But Bloodline 2 then takes on Apollo Andrade at LA Knight. Again, I don't know what happens in any of these matches because whatever. It's a 3-on-3. I understand what they're trying to do. They're boosting up the mid card a little bit. Apollo Crews still shocks the hell out of me that he's still around. Like he's the real Jason Voorhees of wrestling. He just won't go away for some reason.
And Solo didn't need to hit Cruz with like that spinning solo and the Samoan spike. Proper overkill. I mean, Cruz is athletic as hell, but his gimmick at one point was just come out and smile, and then it was like, right, now you're from Africa. Now go back to the previous one, and it's just, yeah, I'm sorry, but that is jobber material, and he does not need one of the biggest people that they're pushing to do so much to put him away. But it's nice to see him on telly, I suppose.
Yeah. And
Did you see the?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, did you see the interview that Solo did before?
Yeah, I think so. What was he talking about?
They opened with it. He was talking about everything, really. He was just talking too much. But I was going to ask if you've noticed how he does the same thing now that the Usos and Roman do. When they keep what they have to say real short and sweet, they seem real badass and menacing. But now even Solo's saying too much, and he's having to fill silences, and he's coming off very obviously like an Uso, which comes off like a mini version of The Rock, which Roman Reigns does when he gets to his suffering succotash, and when Roman Reigns says too much and starts getting too animated. And I think all of both bloodlines now were just saying too much, and they're not looking as badass and edgy as they were before, because they all try and get a bit snappy and witty, and a bit like too much like The Rock. yeah,
it's too much.
I feel I can sense that a little bit. But they kind of need it. Right now, what they're trying to do. Have you heard the news that there could be a ooh la 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 the necklace like championship? Like they're gonna call it a title.
That is the stupidest thing I've heard in a while. That is so useless. I hope that's just a rumor. I hope that that's not been put on the table in one of these meetings, because that is just stupid.
But I could see them doing it. It'll cost them like $2 or $3 to make a plastic one of those, and they can sell them for like $50, and then everyone fucking buys one, and everyone's got them, and everyone's swinging them around, and just with the belts. Yeah, I could totally see. I didn't know that, but I can absolutely see them doing that just for more merch. Wow. Because that's what's on the line on Monday. Next Monday, sorry.
Yeah.
Tribal
Combat.
Yeah, the tribal combat for the necklace, the big old red necklace.
Plus, how can you give a title back to Roman at this point? I get that this is a way of having a title for Roman Reigns without giving him either one of the titles. Still no.
No, it's a bad idea.
No yeet.
That's right.
No yeet.
No yeet.
Belt.
No.
It's true.
And he was champion for like fucking 10 years, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they're doing so much with Roman right now. What would be the point of giving him a belt? He's not like he's a
It's a
guy
necklace.
that needs one.
It's a necklace, not a belt.
Yeah. I mean, even a necklace thing. I mean, he doesn't need a
like
title
Danny
belt.
said, they would make that belt so they can make toys. That's exactly what it's for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. It'll be like the Rock's belt that he
That's
comes
the
up
worst.
with,
Now
the Glamour
that's the
Bull
worst
belt.
belt ever. Like they have the fuck the world belt in the AEW. You just woke me up there, Reezy, because that makes me insane. When he came out and had his own, you haven't wrestled in years, bro. You just came back. You put yourself on the board, and now you made your own belt that they gave you in this whole presentation.
It's the
Holy
shit.
shit. That was so, again, this reminds me of LeBron James. You know, he's just trying, look, I'm going to have the decision, and now I'm going to fuck over my hometown and go somewhere else and try to create a super team and ruin this whole thing and make everything about me. And who cares about the league or the federation? It's all about me and my title, and that I didn't win. No, but like somebody just gave it to you. It's got your whole symbol on it and everything. It's insane. Now, if anybody hates replica belts, which I know Danny does, he wants to get nobody can have replica belts. Guess what? He's talking about you, The Rock. Get fucking out of here with your replica belts, okay? Because that's essentially what it is. It's a glorified replica belt.
Yeah, can anybody challenge for this belt? Like
No.
Douche.
Oh.
Bag of douche.
So go ahead, bring it out, next week or whenever you're coming back, and we can all sit here and boo you. Bullshit! Yep, because it's bullshit. Bullshit! And then, unless you come out like this, then I might have to cheer you.
Trailer park trash.
Yes.
We got it, people. Shut up. So there. Don't ever bring that up again, Reezy. My blood pressure is through the roof right now.
Got them all worked up.
Yep. Yeah. Shaking.
Jesus.
Relax. The Rock, the Oprah, the fake social media posts.
Successful Christmas movie.
Yep. This is the first time I ever ate a cheeseburger in my life, guys. I've never tried this before. It's the best burger I've ever eaten. Get out of here, Rock.
Fuck off.
Never had a cheeseburger at In-N-Out or wherever. He's like lived there his whole life. That's like saying me saying I never eaten at McDonald's. Stupid.
He had to have fat sucked out of his titties back in the day because he ate so many cheeseburgers. Come on.
Exactly. See? Back when he had sideburns and tits.
Right. Big titty sideburns Rock. That's my Rock.
Yeah, it is the best Rock there is.
Yeah.
Around that time where he was, when he did get the operation and was wearing the whole black gown there, I don't even know what you would call that.
Like
a whole
tracksuit.
Tracksuit.
Yeah.
Tracksuit, The Rock was great. Yeah. Elvis.
hiding his tit scars.
He really but he really was. That Rock was the best promo, the funniest guy ever. He was, and then Stone Cold, of course, that's why that era was the best, because then Stone Cold has his gimmick and the whole assness around that. So
right.
Yep, the good old days. I still have all my tickets. I'll have to show everybody all these tickets. They're fading away pretty fast. I don't know how you keep them with the ink on it, because eventually it's just going to be a white piece of paper.
Probably have to laminate them.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yep. It's time. All right. Anything else happen on this? Nope. We're back. Yep. Does that to me once a show. So got that out of the way. Yep. Talked about that. Talked about.
How did you leave?
Which one? So many now.
The one that just passed for the show
Saturday Night
coming
Main
up.
Event?
Yeah, the one that for the show that just passed not long ago. I think they have Rollins and Drew up there.
Huh?
Or maybe you missed that one, but I fell asleep on it. It was kind
I
of
think everybody
it was
did.
yeah. It was kind of.
That's
I was just
Saturday
gonna
Night
ask
Main
how y'all
Event.
felt about it.
What's the name
Nope,
of it?
they had like a PLE, like a big press after main event. And like they had Roman Reigns there, they had Drew McIntyre.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
before this headquarters one, right?
Yeah, the headquarters one, yeah.
That one?
Yeah, I think that's it, yeah.
I'm so confused right now.
So am I.
I said I'm
Are
not
we talking about the
bro.
one that we talked about at the beginning of the show, Reezy?
Yeah, that might be it. That one. Yeah, I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
about it
think
now?
that's it. No, I was just gonna talk how bad it was.
Oh,
I
God,
just
he
fell
knows
asleep
gone.
on it.
There he is. There he is.
No, I'm here. I kind of went out for a second. No, I just wanted to talk about how bad and boring it was.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It wasn't that great. Like I said, really the only moments were Kevin Owens running around being a scumbag. Drew McIntyre then bit his whole gimmick. Like, yeah, this is cool. I'll do this too, you know? And yeah, and then everybody was fighting on stage. Seth Rollins called CM Punk a bootlicking bitch. Who's a bootlicking bitch now? That was a good moment.
That's a good one.
It's great.
Yeah.
What I find
probably-
funny about Kevin Owens and Rollins is everything that's going on in these storylines is kind of their fault. Like they started this whole fiasco, and they continue to make them.
What is going on?
We're being invaded.
Yeah, there we go. It's
Oh.
on Reezy's end.
Hmm.
Reezy,
Oh,
what are you
no.
doing?
Oh man, is my wife?
Can you plug in and out or something?
Sounds like a video.
Yeah. I'm gonna come
Okay.
back. I'm gonna leave and come back. I think it's something.
All right. Get out of here.
Wow.
We'll see you in a minute.
Well, it's not me having problems for a change.
Yeah.
There he goes. Let's try it now.
Oh, jeez.
No, he's gone again.
Oh, God.
All right. This is the best. Every time he tries to do something, there's like a new like what are you talking about? We finally get to figure out what he's talking about, and then all of a sudden, sounds like he's being attacked by space aliens.
See what I was talking about with dementia? I think it just happened with him.
Yeah.
Because we talked about that at the beginning. I'm not busting balls, but
That's what I'm like. Is he gaslighting me or something? Like, what is he? Am I really crazy?
yeah. I thought I missed something. I don't know.
I had a whole collision card to talk about tonight too, but I don't even want to because it's
No.
there are some good matches. It's a whole bunch of continental tournament matches, but they, I got other things to do. Right, Reezy?
Yeah.
Look at sounding
There's some
great.
washing up in the kitchen, I think. I've got some washing up to do.
All right, I sound better now.
Way better.
Oh, yep.
There we go. We're killing it right now. We're doing it.
You're looking good too, Reezy.
Appreciate it.
We got Logan Paul. We can talk about this. Before we even talk about Logan Paul and his shitty ass, we can talk about just engagement and in general online. This word just keeps popping up to me because there's so much garbage online right now. I just saw a post that said Logan Paul is a top 5 greatest wrestler. And it lists 5 stupid reasons, puts a picture of Logan Paul, all celebrating and whatnot. And people are retweeting it. People are interacting with it as if this person that posted this believes it. And guess what? If they do believe it and they actually do mean this, that's stupid. And why would you need to interact with that anyway? It's just they want people to be outraged by things. Again, it's just like when I was talking about with these wrestlers out here. They're only going to respond to negativity, apparently. You can tell, you can give them all the ass slaps and back slaps. Hey, that attaboys you want out here. They don't give a fuck about that. You're just a mark to them, right? But if you call them out, you say you're this and you're that, they will answer back. So I hate this.
I have a conspiracy theory. I think that Dave Meltzer knows exactly what he's doing. Like, I really do. Like, I think he sits there and writes the stupidest shit that he can think of, the most moronic crap, and puts it out there and just sits and goes, yep, that worked. Yeah. Like, I really fucking believe that.
Yeah, I believe that's a thing. Like I said, with the amount of promoting he does and tweeting and talking back to the marks.
Yeah.
He
interacts.
Exactly. That's the bit. And people, that's the currency these days. People want to talk and be involved with, podcasters and pro wrestlers and everybody out here. So I get it. But again, it annoys the shit out of me when Dave Meltzer posts 1,000 times in like one day and makes everything about him. And it's not about you, bro. You're a low on the totem pole about things that matter in pro wrestling. We're trying to figure out, how we're going to take this belt back from Kevin Owens guy. We're not worried about you crunching numbers, trying to make AEW look as if it's on the same playing field as WWE. It's not NXT either. NXT's better, and that's their developmental. So get that through your head. Doesn't matter if all the sports suck and they nerfed everything. We get it. Everything sucks now. It's not people are just, nobody's watching anything right now because it's all bad. But if wrestling was good, people watch it. Have you seen WWE lately? People are watching that.
Yeah. And AEW is playing gymnasiums,
Struggling to fill anything.
Yeah.
So WWE wouldn't treat Meltzer how he wanted them to treat him.
Yeah.
Whereas Tony Khan now is doing that. So he's just gonna be love blind forever. Well, he's gonna be love blind until that attention or that money or whichever fades. But he's just gonna be as bad as the people that work for him. And he's gonna go online and just argue with people that say it's crap, and they're just gonna say how great it is because he's been told to.
Yeah, and he's making money doing all this crap. So
free the slaves, Tony. That's what we need. He's got a bunch of slaves there. They're all sitting at home doing nothing. Some of them are fine with it. Some of them are not. But free them. Let them go. If they come back to you, it was meant to be or something, right?
Yep.
So I think that's the phrase.
Let our people free.
Yes. All right, I got a video for you. Eddie Edwards. Have you seen this? Have you heard this? Eddie Edwards
with the fan.
A fight with a fan. Well,
Smack the
altercation. We're gonna watch it here. Hold on, let me switch over because we had to watch Sasha Banks there. This is my stuttering John bit. While I do stuff. There we go. Where is he? I gotta show his face while I do this. I'm about to press the button, but
he looks like the sound. Like it's amazing.
Here we go.
Those tag team titles back home.
Ooh,
and no surprise, Edwards not making any friends anywhere the system goes.
Referees trying to gain control of this situation. Eddie Edwards getting involved with a fan here at ringside.
Killing it.
I love that shit.
And then they escorted that guy out, but he got brutalized and embarrassed. Hey,
He wanted to grow. He wanted to. He wanted to show his shit. He wanted to grow a pair of balls, and I guess Eddie Edwards showed him how small he really was. Eddie Edwards basically just bitched him.
I wonder what he
now
said.
He can go home. He can go home, and he'll be known for the guy that got smacked up by Eddie Edwards. He deserved it.
All right, take your hand off the mic. There you go.
All right,
I can hear it. I'm sorry. Yeah, Eddie Edwards. I don't know. I mean, cooler heads should prevail. You can't touch the talent, okay, everybody? The superstars. Again, another guy from Boston. All these bad guys are from Boston. So he pushed him down, got him escorted out, all this stuff. Remember there was a altercation with Velvet Sky, right? And some guy a couple years back, and Bubba Ray got all involved and made it a big thing and said, what was the quote? Just shut up and cheer or something? Do you know anything about that, Danny? Do you remember that?
Yeah, he stood up for his missus, didn't he? And he did. I can't remember the quote either, but it was just something like, "Yeah, sit there, shut up, and just fucking cheer," or something like that. But yeah, I don't know what that guy expected was going to happen, slapping a wrestler. He's lucky he didn't get anything else, to be honest. Just like a slap in the face, because as soon as you strike someone, I'm pretty sure you can just help yourself. Or not help yourself, but you could do more than just slap in the face. You could just. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised he got kicked out, and I don't know what he expected.
Yeah, and it was a stiff one. Gave him a little stiff slap there. The other guy gave him a little limp wrist.
Yeah.
And then Eddie Edwards was like, I'm going to twist your head to the side.
I think wasn't there back in the day somebody tried to rush the ring and attack Stone Cold, and Triple H beat the bag out of him?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
My favorite.
I think even Earl Hebner started kicking the guy.
Oh, yes. Yep. That was a famous one. Yep. My favorite.
That's what you get.
I think it was a pay-per-view in WCW. There was Sting was getting his ass kicked by the NWO, and Macho Man, I think Hulk, and a bunch of them were in there. And this fan in Sting makeup goes running in the ring, and is like, trying to grab and wrestlers trying to save Sting. They stomped that motherfucker out, man. They beat his ass. It was crazy because you could tell it's like they just turned it on. And the refs and all them were trying to stop him. And they're he's in the corner getting the mud stomps. And he's crying. And it's yeah, now you're with Sting. You just got beat up for real.
Yeah, you never know, too. I mean, they're protecting themselves. These guys could come in with knives and shit. That's dangerous.
Yeah, they could come in there with hot piss. You never know. Take hot piss to the eyes.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Seth Rollins used to do it all the time in the indies to people before he got famous. He'd go to all these shows and throw hot piss in people's faces and laugh because he's the Joker.
That sounds more like something Moxley would do, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like a homeless maneuver.
Yeah, well, shagging that is in a fucking teddy bear costume or whatever that story about him in CZW was.
Oh God.
Friday. Moxley the 13th, right, Sleaze?
Yep.
Every show. There he is. Coming to Crystal Lake near you.
I can't even look at him.
He really does look like he's got the droopy eye and all that, just like Jason without the mask.
He's like, you campers killed my mom.
He's been living under the in that pond or lake for the past 20 years. Come on, Reese, you got to laugh at all our jokes, Reese.
All of them.
You have to. That's what the other shows do. In the Dabbleverse and stuff, like at the Shuli Network, they say, "Hey guys, you got to laugh at everything."
They do. I mean,
or else you're fired.
Especially when you work for WWE.
Yeah. Well, really, don't laugh at everything. It's actually more funny that way to me, anyway. I'm like one of those Gilbert Gottfried type comic people where if I saw like a crowd of people and they weren't laughing at my jokes, I'd just be so anxious and weirded out that I just start laughing to myself like crazy. Because think about it, you're there to make people laugh, and then when a whole bunch of people like just don't laugh, it's fucking to me that's almost it's ironic and it's funny. I'm here to make you laugh and nobody's laughing.
Yeah, as long as I'm laughing, I don't give a shit.
No.
You don't have to laugh.
Oh, you know what? One thing on Collision tonight that does pique my interest is right behind me. Ricochet and Ospreay are fighting each other.
Oh.
So there'll be flips galore.
Match I'm tired just thinking about it.
It's like watching a circus. I don't want that. I want some wrestling.
Some hardcore wrestling.
Some on the mat wrestling. I don't need these flips.
Some rest holds, some Randy Orton headlocks.
Yeah. Some Cobra clutches, Boston crabs.
One of the best signs ever was another headlock Randy. That was the sign in the crowd. Yeah, we talked about the Bloodline title, so we don't have to talk about that anymore.
Oh, God.
Talked about that. Hey, I have a store now, by the way. I finally put up some items on the Teespring. I'll have to put links down and everything, but if you guys know about Teespring and all that, just look up Dr. Huge on there. More to come on that later. Yep. Sasha Banks stinks. We already know this.
Yep.
AEW staff making people change their CM Punk shirts. What? We've heard of that. We've told this story before about WWE even. They don't allow you to wear certain things, but CM Punk is a wrestler. It's kind of crazy if you wouldn't allow CM Punk shirts at all. You're making people turn them inside out. But do you even believe this story?
I do, actually, because Tony Khan is a bitter little bitch. So I do believe it.
It's brutal. Taking your shirt off. You paid money to go to an event. When you wear a wrestling shirt, you think everybody's like hip to this. Wouldn't you think there are some mistakes being made? But yeah. Yep. Take a shirt off.
Yeah. You go in there shirtless.
They're getting rid of a lot of shows. It seems like WWE. They just got rid of Level Up, and I think they are turning it into this LFG, the Legends and Future Greats show that they have. It actually sounds really good. It's like you got the trainers and the mentors as the legends and these like weekly coaches and all this, but I think they're putting it into a tournament now in a show. So it's like all, instead of just having this Level Up thing and here's all our newest talent that are green as fuck, here's like an actual storyline to go with it. That's great. I think that I will be watching that.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's almost like a cooler Tough Enough, you know?
Yep. Because they're all trying to get a contract too.
Yeah.
Can we not just have some of the process that isn't like stuck in our faces though? Like we're seeing how the sausage has been made from square one. We're seeing behind the curtain from the start. It can be interesting. I do get like the appeal of like Tough Enough and the original NXT. But it's just so much of it now. We show too much on camera, and I just think it would be nice if we didn't have to see everybody like stumbling in like Bambi, and then being like, "Oh, here's this guy who's never wrestled a match ever." And
yeah. I actually like that though, because I get tired of the main roster stuff. That's why I like NXT so much, because it's not all about the wrestling to me necessarily. I like to see new gimmicks, new ideas, what they're trying to do. And then like, especially when you start to see like certain people that come up through like an NXT or even these Tough Enoughs, you're like, wow, they really are going to be something. Even like the people. And what's funny about this show probably and all the Tough Enoughs, the people that don't win are generally the bigger superstars, like The Miz.
Yeah.
You know, so I always like that because I like to catch I like to be updated at least with talent and stuff. I don't care if they suck. They're at least getting in there, and who knows, they might drop themselves on their own head. And that would be interesting too. You know, remember when Bob Holly beat up that guy on Tough Enough?
Oh yeah, that was fantastic.
It's great TV.
Yeah.
He beat up a young man on live TV while he was all roided out of his mind.
Yeah. Yeah, tough
I
son
remember
of a
Brock
bitch.
sandbagging him. I remember Brock Lesnar throwing him around, dropping him. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep. You seem like a real sweetheart. He's over here too. Look, he's right here, right under my over my finger, shirtless and in jeans, all greased up. That's why I have that picture on the wall.
Disturbing.
I gotta change that one out. I should probably put that one off screen and just in my face so I can always look at it. Bob Holly's greased up, with his dad jeans on.
It's inspiring. Really is.
He was so mad about the spark plug and stuff, and you can see it like totally came out in his later characters. I'm not Butch. That's basically what he's doing. Yeah.
I'm not Butch.
How about this Superman trailer? I showed it last night. That's the only place anybody saw it, I'm sure, but I like it. I think it's gonna be fine. I like Man of Steel, so I plan on liking that. I know it will be a little goofier. I'm good with all that. It looks good. So, what's your takes on it? You think it stinks?
It's very comic-y, and I like it, to be honest. That's the way Superman should be. He's comic-y. Like, I loved Henry Cavill, and I love those and all that stuff, but they were way too serious. You can't be that serious with Superman. He's ridiculous, Yeah.
There he is. Jew-fro and all. Huge fro. And you know what? I was thinking when I saw this, that's the first thing I thought of, obviously. And then I was like, wait, Superman is Jewish. And most people don't know this.
Yeah.
But he is. Kal-El. Get it? And the whole thing. Everything. A lot of stuff in the media is. Because nobody controls the media at all.
None.
Nope.
Nobody. Clark Kent, that sounds Jewish.
What? Sounds like it's like Jon Stewart, how he was John Leibowitz, and then he changed his name to Jon Stewart.
Right.
Same deal. So Superman did the same thing. He didn't want anybody to know, and so he changed his name when he came to Earth. It's like, no, I'm Clark Kent now. As a baby, he told his parents, he's like, no, I'm just gonna take your name, okay? And the Kents were like, okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yep. So Lex Luger is gonna plan to walk again. Not Lex Luthor, just because we were talking about Superman, but Lex Luger is in a wheelchair, which isn't funny at all. But he's gonna plan to walk again. It almost was funny to me because of how inappropriate it would have been to laugh at that. But I'm not laughing at that, and I stopped myself because it is a serious business. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because, the person who's made famous by the Dr. Huge show, Diamond Dallas Page, he is getting involved, and if he actually helps Lex Luger to walk again, that would be amazing. So I thought that was a story that needed to be told, and hopefully it happens.
I like how you transition that, because we went from Superman, remember Christopher Reeves, and then we went to Lex Luger, not Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
That's why you have a PhD.
There's levels to this game right here. And some people they can't even watch or listen to this show at that deep a level, but the sleaze gets it.
Yeah.
He heard what I did. He saw.
Their brains will explode and leak out.
It's
amazing.
Everybody must share, like, follow, hit all the buttons because of all these reasons, right? And if you're not doing that, then don't do it. What can I do? I can't force you to do this, even though I might try someday. So, in a boxing ring, YouTube. And we didn't talk about Logan Paul. We talked about the ridiculous engagement farming online and being outrageous to get a response, which I might do too now. It's the only way to play this game. It's either, be anonymous out here or play the game. But Logan Paul, of course, he's unretired now. Showed us at the headquarters. He's back in wrestling. He's going to be going for major titles, and he's going to be a bigger douche than ever. But my favorite part of it is he's like, I've been watching Raw, and this guy in the crowd goes, no, you haven't. But I know we all dislike, but he's in our life now, and we're going to have to deal with this and talk about him. But I just want to reinforce and let everybody know he's scamming the shit out of people. He's basically Hawk Tua in male form.
Yeah, he's Hawk Tuaing all over the universe.
And people are going to root for that. People are going to act like he's the greatest. And he's still better than Kenny Omega. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yes,
right.
Absolutely.
Everybody's better than Kenny Omega, right?
If he went to the AW locker room, he would just automatically be just so much fucking better than so many of them. And he's been doing it for like 5 minutes. As much of a prick, he's a prick. I'm not gonna, and he's scamming and there's loads of shady business. But like I said before when we talked about this, ability-wise in the ring, he's picked it up really quickly, and he is impressive and athletic. And as much as you dislike him, you can't take that away from him. But yeah, he would show up so many people in AEW.
Man. Yep. He even took Hangman Page's move, and he's like better at it.
A lot better.
Because I haven't watched Hangman wrestle too much, but I have seen that move. And sometimes it's shaky, you know? It's like he's not coming over smooth. Logan Paul comes over that pretty much smooth every time.
And then when a veteran like CM Punk tries it and doesn't do so well, it must be quite intimidating for Logan Paul to try it as well. So it's like, well, if CM Punk couldn't do it, but no, he bloody nails it. And he makes it look a lot better than Page's, definitely.
Yeah. CM Punk is wrestling Seth Rollins on January 6th, right?
Yeah, I think that's the main event.
Wow, at the Capitol too, right?
Yeah.
But I'm shocked by this because CM Punk is really fragile these days. I hate to say it, CM. I know you're a tough guy. You could probably choke me out, but you know, you're getting hurt every friggin' match here. I mean, you've made it through a couple. Do we want to push our luck and be in a match right at the beginning of the year again, or at a Royal, or literally the beginning of the year before a Royal Rumble? I don't know.
That punch card, it's getting real thin.
Yep. Here's an idea. How about when CM Punk comes out, we can put bubble wrap around him?
It's an idea.
There's enough of this. I got some bubble wrap for the holidays and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ship it to WWE. They can give it to him backstage, and they'll just wrap up his legs and his ankles and his arms, and he'll just come out like
tape. Caution tape him too, just to let everybody know that he's fragile.
Yep.
Bring him down to the ring like Hannibal Lecter, but instead of like the full face mask, it's just the bubble wrap and everything. And
yes.
Yeah.
Instead of pyro, you've got like the polystyrene, whatever you call it, can't pop out, just box stuff in and that to make sure he's not wriggling around loose in his storage container.
I think that would be a good plan. Yeah, maybe a couple cardboard boxes around him. And then we'll ship him safely to the ring. Rollins can kick the box a few times, curb stomp it. They'll take him out in bits.
Yes. Here's what then. What do you think his favor will be with Paul Heyman?
I don't know. Maybe to get a couple whores at WrestleMania. I don't know. Maybe that's it. I think he's gonna order him some hoes.
Nothing to do with wrestling.
Oh, all about wrestling. Yeah. Oh, the other thing. Yeah, I'm sure there's some kind of plan going on where maybe he's going to end up with the Oofalafa.
He's going to main event one of the nights of WrestleMania. That's
that's probably it.
I just don't know how Paul Heyman could do this. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe if one of Heyman's guys has the main event night. The main event spot for one of the nights, and Punk could say, "Yeah, switch. I'm on the opener. Let me finish." Yeah. Maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's going to be super hot because CM Punk is like totally over with everybody these days, in one way or another.
I mean, Jay Uso is more over than his whole family, damn near. So I mean,
Merch table Jey Uso
Yeah.
coming to your city for the
you
holidays.
know WWE's trying to kill that. You're like, oh no, we didn't expect him to get this over.
Look at Sasha Reigns here the whole time. She's telling us everything right now. Look at that. It's all on the screen. Everybody get on YouTube and start chatting with us. The thing I'm interested is MJF and Adam Cole going face to face. That is happening tonight. I'm not interested in it. They have two things they're promoting as far as mic things that are going on. One is Sasha Banks coming out and talking to the audience, which is the shits. And then this, a face-to-face between two smaller gentlemen. One that I like on the mic, not so much in the ring. He's all right in the ring. And then Adam Cole, I just don't care about this. What do you guys think?
No, Adam Cole he's not good for business. I don't know the fixation that some of these people have with him. I don't see anything in him ever. I never have.
It's just the baby. They like that, right?
That's whatever. It's 130 pounds.
So we're talking about like pretty much one of these AJ Styles things where the kids all do the flipping of the the sweatshirt or the hood and the ooh and all. Like I get kids liking that and all, but you guys are like grown ass adults out here babying, and then we get a little guy. We're still supposed to believe that he's gonna be and wrestle guys. I can't suspend my disbelief. He's not even wearing a lucha mask.
It would make more sense if that happened.
Exactly. But I'm supposed to believe a 150-pound yellow human being out here is going to beat anybody. I can't stand
But
it.
in AEW, that's not. It doesn't stand out as much. Yeah,
it's true. Yeah, in AEW doesn't stand out as much because they got a lot of yellow people that are small in that promotion. But
gross.
Yeah,
and it's a shame. He was doing. He had really had a thing in NXT. Yeah, he didn't deserve to be someone's manager. There is plenty you could do with a smaller fellow like him, and they were doing something, but they've just tried to recreate that over in AEW, and the same thing that happens in WCW and what also happens in TNA when that happens, it often fails. It's never as good as the original. People go, yeah, it was nice to see him and nice to call him a different name, but it wasn't the same as when he was on program XYZ.
Is he just considered cute? Because people have been raving about his promos, and anytime I see his promos, I am just like, okay, so you're Adam Cole, all right, but it doesn't resonate with me at all.
He's always going to be an indie wrestler. He can't get out of that fucking zone. Like that's what it is. So you got the neck beards that are hardcore into indie and AEW that are baying the shit out of him and whatever.
Where's Aleister Black been? He's been around, right? But he's just here and there like how they do everybody else in AEW.
Isn't he just waiting for his contract to run out now because Triple H is in charge? It always struck me that he was one of those that as soon as Triple H was running the show over in WWE, Aleister Black was like, I'm going to wait to go back over there.
Yeah.
You know what I would do with that? If he actually made his way back to WWE, you take AOP from the Karrion Kross group, you get them out of there, and then you install him as his partner, backstage like we're creeps type guys.
Thinking the same thing. That would be so perfect. AOP.
Yeah. They have a lot that they can do. I still like them, but they need to do it separate from being in a faction. There's not enough time or room for them. So have them go beat up some tag teams. It's kind of you know what? We don't see jobbers like anymore ever. It's like a treat to get a jobber these days. We used to get them all the time. They have too many wrestlers. It's crazy how many wrestlers they have. The AOP's out here just on like in the backstage all the time, all big and for nothing. Just wild. But
Yeah, they should be more involved with the tag team scenarios, and just they need to leave that faction. It's not
It
doing
does
them good,
nothing
and they're
for them.
Nothing for them at all.
and there's a rumor that AJ Lee might be coming back, and you know what? I could give a shit.
No,
I didn't even really watch that era, but like, what's the big deal? I guess it's just the 20-year-olds or something that remember her from the past and are just going to be all pumped about it, like a nostalgia hit. But other than that, like, she's another like Adam Cole sized person that I'm supposed to believe is going to be coming out here and beating up everybody. At least Ivy Nile has muscles.
Ivy Nile's got, if used right, she's going to be a fucking beast. She's going to be great.
Yeah, Ivy Nile is going to be something special. But my thing with AJ Lee is, and I ask everybody this, what do you miss about AJ Lee? Because to me, she's only known for one promo. She had that one good promo night. Can't remember when it was. And it seems like after that, people has just been worshiping the floor she walks on. And she's never done anything for me. Yeah, she's pretty, but I mean, as far as wrestling matches, I can't think of a wrestling match she's been in other than the match she had with Nikki.
No, and she's been gone for like what, 15 years now? Like,
But even before that, Sleaze, she had a short run. Before that short run, she was nothing. Nobody cared about her.
She was the anti-diva in the diva era, and so people remember her standing out against the Bellas for that. And then Stephanie McMahon appeared, and she invented women's wrestling, didn't she? A little bit after that, and then we got the women's revolution, and then we got rid of the divas era, and then we got back to women's wrestling, where every time the blokes get something, the women get a tribute act, and they're allowed to do the exact same thing later on, whether it's a match type, so we have 2 Hell in a Cells at a pay-per-view, or now whether we have like 2 world champions, or even more recently, we've got 2 US champions, 2 intercontinental champions, and it's just everything the men, rather than letting them have their own thing, we're like going, oh, that's cute. There you go, ladies. You can do your version of it now.
well, AJ
it's
Lee
just gone
was
way
around
too
too.
far.
AJ Lee was around too before, like, I hate to say it, the Sasha Banks, the Charlottes, the Becky Lynches, before they came in. You know, so it was sort of like a lull for women's wrestling, where it was still like that diva, pretty girls, slapping each other shit.
Hey, what is everybody's favorite 2 promotions? We kind of talked about this before, but say out of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Dynamite, Collision, TNA, NWA, we'll just stick with that. Things that are actually on my radar that are available to me. If you had to take 2 of them, which would you take? And I already think I know, but I would love to know what the 2 promotions that would make it out of there. Let's start with you, Reezy. Who are you taking?
TNA, WWE.
No, you Raw, SmackDown, NXT. We're splitting them all up.
Yeah, we're talking shows,
so
right?
TNA and Monday Night Raw.
Danny?
Monday Night.
I'm going to go the same, to be honest. Although I'll be completely honest, I haven't watched any TNA since just before lockdown time. The pandemic lockdown, not the TNA pay-per-views lockdown. But in like the noughties, I was all over TNA, and I would have just said, yeah, that was better than what a lot of WWE, especially in the late noughties, what WWE were putting out at the time. TNA's always got that potential to just get one decent big star and just get everything just burning right and to really stand out. I mean, they're not going to beat WWE, obviously. I'm not going to be daft and claim that, but they're always just in a position where they just need to get 1 or 2 really good things right, and they could make a big impact, pardon the pun.
Mm-hmm.
But AEW had that opportunity as well, and he's just fucking blown it, hasn't he? But yeah, with the WWE brand, I'd probably say Raw's the most interesting just because of the Netflix deal at the minute. When Raw was 3 hours and boring and stale, SmackDown was hot. And with Roman Reigns' more recent push with his big belt, with his big title reign, that made SmackDown really hot as well. Whereas Raw was like 3 hours. I don't want to watch 3 hours.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a long answer.
No, that's good. Sleaze.
You're both wrong. It's Dynamite and Collision.
No Rampage.
That's a close third. No, I'd say Raw and SmackDown.
All right. Raw's killing it right now. And I'm going NXT Raw. Those are my two. So Raw cleaned house. That is this show's favorite show. We'll just go with that. Yeah.
Right.
Monday Night Raw. And it should get way, way better. I mean, they are promoting the hell out of this thing. And I wonder what the numbers are going to look like for Netflix. How many people are actually going to get Netflix that never would even dream of it just because Monday Night Raw is on it. Some people, it's like church. You just can't miss it. You got to at least have it on in the background.
I'm not going to wait for the numbers from anybody else but Dave Meltzer because he knows what he's talking about.
He is a number cruncher. He's out here. Look at him.
Yep. Licking up those numbers.
Fighting with every mark that's out there. He's like, I can't believe they don't see this. And it's like, see what?
Yeah.
AEW is out here floundering. And you're telling us how great of a job they're doing. Oh, they got this deal. They got that deal. I don't care. I'm not getting paid. I just want good, entertainment to watch. So when I'm doing these shows, I'll have something to talk about other than, Claudio versus Darby Allin. I know they've been pumping this up this week, but does anybody care that's happening tonight?
No, I care that Claudio's getting shut on being over there, but if he doesn't care, I don't really see why I should care anymore.
Well, he's probably tripled his income over there, so he doesn't.
That is insane. Just the amount of money a lot of these guys and ladies over there are just given for what? Like, we had a fraction of that at WWE.
John Moxley is making $6 million a year.
Wow.
That's like close to like Roman Reigns money. You're not Roman Reigns.
He's got his own bus, probably.
Jericho's making $5 million.
Do they have their own buses over there?
In AEW?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Because, I mean, that's when you're like at the top of the business. If you Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes with his nightmare special bus there and everything.
I think Swerve has his own bus.
Really?
I think he does, but I don't think
Swerve is getting money to have a luxury, like, wow, really? Wow. Like, I like Swerve. I think he's good and everything, but Tony Khan got crazy money, huh? This is like if Elon Musk got involved in wrestling, huh?
Yeah,
well, I mean, his dad's got crazy money. His dad's got crazy money.
We're talking like multiple billions, right?
Yeah. Most of it comes from his dad. Ted Turner. But here's the thing: Tony Khan pays a lot of people to sit at home and do nothing.
Yeah,
he hires talent. He's just throwing money out there, just hiring talent he don't need. And it's just getting pathetic. One of the worst wrestlers on there is Hologram. If you guys ever seen this guy is the shit. Worst gimmick.
He's probably making $3 million a year.
Worst gimmick ever.
What is his gimmick? He's a hologram?
He's a hologram. He comes out looking like a luchador. He lights up. And he just botches everything he does. This is like on another level cringe.
Sin Cara Part 2.
Yeah. Sin Cara. That's basically what he is. Sin Cara Part 2.
Which
this
is
basically
interesting.
A character. I guarantee you, this is a character. He was just playing video games, WWE 2K, say, hey, I got an idea. I'm going to create a character named Hologram.
It's the shits.
Like, what are we doing?
Oh man,
It sounds a bit like the suicide character they made in TNA, specifically for the video game.
Yeah, there was
the description you said then.
Yeah.
The difference is Suicide was more over than that guy. Suicide was more over than Sin Cara.
But Sin Cara was one. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, funny you mentioned Sin Cara after saying about Tony Khan paying people to stay at home, because some of it is being nice, and he knows that those people weren't going to get any work or would get very little work. But Vince McMahon hired people like Sin Cara just so other people couldn't get them on his roster. And Tony Khan's doing it's another thing Tony Khan does that makes him very similar to Vince. He's also doing that to block WWE from making offers. But Sin Cara was a great example of that. Vince didn't really know what he wanted to do with it. Rey Mysterio was still really hot in the company. Rey Mysterio still had years left on his contract, or at least he could see him being in WWE. And it was just greedy and mean. They just got Sin Cara just so other people couldn't use him.
And he tried to make another Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Vince been trying to do that for years. Kind of like, let's not forget, he tried to turn Alberto Del Rio into Eddie. That didn't work out for the game.
Yeah.
And then you have who's the luchador now that they have? Dragon Lee. That's the new Rey Mysterio. But that should work better, but it's almost like they're kind of keeping him on a back burner. Well, kind of squeezing the last drops of a Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. The thing with Dragon Lee is good, but it just seems like WWE, this is where most luchadors, WWE just don't know how to book them or what to do with them. He's either sitting at home or we don't see him on TV in months. And when he does come on TV, they don't introduce him.
Yeah.
It's just a guy in a luchador mask that's just there.
Or he comes out and he has got the slow-mo screen at the beginning. I remember the first couple of times he did his entrance, he would just fuck it all up because it's supposed to be slow-mo, but he's coming out so fast doing weird stuff that they would always just cut away from it. And I'm like, that's actually a really good idea for, his whole garb and his look and everything. But then I forget what he would do, but he would make it look terrible. It'd be like coming out there and making a funny face in slow-mo instead of just like knowing it's about to happen. But you were going to say something, please?
Oh, no, I'm listening to you guys about this. My big thing is let Rey Mysterio retire and just have him as a coach for all these luchador guys that come in. He's the one that's done it right for decades. Just not like make a division for him or anything, but he knows about that type of wrestling.
No.
And the presentation, to be honest.
Yeah, plus, Mysterio's starting to look like a fucking large turkey out there. Flying through the air, a nice little butterball.
It's like a tiny barrel.
I always feel bad for him too. Like he'll take some nasty bumps still, and you're just like, Jesus, like how are you still doing this?
Yeah, he's an old man. Jesus,
he looks like Vern Troyer when he takes off the mask. Oh yeah, that's really all I got. I mean, I got a couple more things we could talk about Collision, but I mean, who gives a shit?
Nobody cares about Collision.
I think we just killed it. We did it all. We talked about everything in the past week that was relevant in sports, entertainment, and do more out there. Can you guys like have more sex with each other, get in fights, get some more things going on so we can like discuss this, because you guys have been pretty drama free, especially WWE. You're giving us all this good content that makes sense. There's very little to make fun of. There's no news, no real entertaining news. I mean, I'm making lemonade out of lemons here with like Paul Heyman just posted online the other day and he's showing you the ocean and this is where I am, and like it's like a lot of boring stuff. And you know what? Show us yourself on the beach in your underwear there, Paul Heyman. That would be more exciting. I mean, if you're there, we know what you're going to do. You're going to go put on your Speedos and you're going to go out and dance around with the bloodline, number one, in the sand. and have fun and get tans and all this stuff, so you don't have to spray them on.
He needs to oil up all the
Yeah.
Usos.
See, this is the part of the show where I just start babbling, making up stuff that's actually real. You know, like Paul Heyman in the Bloodline and Speedos, greased up, just playing volleyball on the beach and riding motorcycles.
That's a disturbing picture right there.
Hopefully, Jimmy Uso's not riding a motorcycle.
Yep.
He has
Wait
a
until
bad history of vehicles. So
wait until I get a picture online of it and I post it up using not AI, but a real photo, and then we'll see who the fake news is around here. Not me, Reezy.
did you see any of those AI-made photographs of Jim Cornette and Vince Russo hugging?
Yes.
I guarantee both of them, when they'd have seen it, they'd have been upset.
They got a Goldberg. And Bret
I saw that one. Yeah.
They have
And
Christmas
Brett still,
sweaters on
Brett
together.
still
It's
looks real
fantastic.
pissed off, doesn't he? He's just like,
I gotta pull those photos. We just gotta go through them all. Maybe next week we'll have a whole session where we just look at some of these professionally done photos that everybody's been taking lately, because they're totally real to me.
so
Everything
good.
I see online, I just believe. So that's what everybody should
true.
do.
Everything's true.
Good game, guys. We killed it. We knocked it out of the park again. We're doing it every 2 p.m. on Saturday. It's also being turned into a podcast in this live stream here that you've been listening to and watching. So go to SoundCloud, go to Apple Podcasts, go to all the podcasts everywhere, because we're on all them stations. So download the Dr. HUGENSTEIN Show, the Dr. Huge Show worldwide. We're everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, X. Retweet this.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans probably coming soon. I mean, there are a lot of podcasts popping up on there, believe it or not. True story. Actual true story.
True story.
So thank you, Danny Damage, for showing up. Thank you, Reezy, with your TNA expertise. And of course, the Sleaze in the house. Thank you for showing up. And we will do this again next week. And we're going to get a lot of Sleaze this week on the show. Is that what's happening?
More Sleaze.
Next 2 weeks.
Wow, next 2 weeks. Holy shit.
I'm off for the next 2 weeks,
Nice.
bud.
So we're going to be doing a lot of goofing on this stuff. And Danny,
More Sleaze is best for business, right?
that's right. And
Right.
Danny will be on Tuesday. And Reezy, if you have a night off sometime, join us, of course.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm gonna have a bunch of nights off, so
Yeah, just let me know
Make up
whenever.
an hour.
If I go live, even send me a message. Say, hey, send me a link. I'll send
All
over
right,
a link.
cool, man.
All right, everybody. Good game again, and we'll talk to you all later. See you later.
Titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock. Acknowledge me. We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You fucking mark! First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.